Monday from the hospital in Emporia for a report of an infant who had been beaten.
We found out that the caretaker of the infant that day was going to be the mother's boyfriend, Shatez Franklin.
This is someone that I knew and I trusted. I've met his entire immediate family. So it's very hard to think that he would do something to my child, because from my knowledge, he loved my child and treated my child like she was his own child.
Franklin is arrested and charged in connection to the injuries.
Malicious wounding, aggravated sexual battery, and felony child neglect.
Injuries so severe the baby is taken to VCU Medical Center, where she died Thursday, just days after Franklin's arrest. More charges now pending.
Right now we're waiting for the autopsy report, some further findings, some forensic findings from both the perk kits and all the other things that were done, both at MCV and at the coroner's office. And so once we get those, we'll be able to determine what type of murder charges and or other charges there may be.
Adams tells me she's only lived in her Emporia home since April 12th, and right now she says she just can't go back inside. Franklin is being held without bond at the regional jail. Working for you, Wayne Koval, CBS 6 News.
We have some breaking news out of Washington, D.C., where police are investigating a shooting near the University of the District of Columbia. 2 men and a juvenile female were shot. There are several schools in that area, including UDC, which is currently sheltering in place. Reporters from our sister station in D.C. are saying that they witnessed a man with his arms behind his back being led away from the scene by police. However, no arrest or suspect information has been released or confirmed at this time by police.
In Chesterfield, 3 teenagers have been arrested in connection to a deadly shooting. It happened last month on Tanner's Way near Walmsley Boulevard and Turner Road. Police say 18-year-old Kyshawn Johnson was shot multiple times. Detectives say they've identified one 15-year-old and 2 16-year-olds as suspects. Both have been charged with first-degree murder. All 3 teens now being held at the Chesterfield Juvenile Detention Center. Right now in Richmond, the North Side community gathering to remember a 27-year-old man who was shot and killed on the North Side earlier this month. Our Melissa Hippolyte joins us live from the Vigil with more. Melissa?
Bill, we're here at the corner of Haynes Avenue and Brooklyn Park Boulevard, not far from where Kenny Cooper Jr. was shot and killed on April 5th. That was around 7 p.m. and it was a robbery. As you can see behind me, the vigil to honor Kenny's life just wrapped up. Folks still here milling around, talking, sharing stories about Kenny, hugging his mother, Laverne, who is here very emotional, shed some tears and also spoke very bluntly to the community about trying to stop the violence. Now, I want to bring in one of the first speakers at the vigil here, Marquise Trent. He's joining me now. He said he's a friend of the family. He also does a lot of work in the community to try to prevent violence. Marquise, what you really wanted to convey to the community tonight?
I really just wanted to truly convey that we got to treat people how we want to be treated. You can say a lot, you can do a lot, but truly, how you treat people is what's going to come back to you. And it's easy to be full of passion and go and retaliate. I totally understand that. But we'll never really see the change in Richmond or anywhere else that we want to until we start to treat each other differently. Really start loving one another through the midst of it. And that's why the Guns Down, Gloves Up movement has been so successful in cities across America, because it's a form of conflict resolution, like it used to be. You can fight today, live tomorrow, and who knows what can happen from there.
And you said you grew up in the Richmond area, and you managed to get out of, perhaps a not so great lifestyle, and now you're giving back and going into schools, Richmond Public Schools, talking to elementary school students.
Yeah.
What are you doing with them? What are you talking to them about?
I'm talking to them about choices. My story, like I said, I was raised good, but the streets bad, so I do have an understanding of right from wrong, as the speaker said. But I did get caught up in these streets. I did run the streets. I did get in trouble. I did go to jail. I have been in life and death situations, so I know firsthand what it feels like to be on the wrong side of the gun, to be in violent situations. However, destiny is real. So what I talk to these young people about is purpose. You know, what do you truly want to become? You know, your life does mean more than just what these people say on TV and things of that nature. And I talk to them about the reality that when you make a choice, some stuff you can't take back. Like when you shoot a gun, you can't pull that bullet back. If you kill somebody, you can't bring them back, no matter how sorry you are. So I teach them to value themselves, and I teach them to use the gifts that they have, and then they can earn money and help change other people's lives.
Well, Marquise, we certainly appreciate what you're doing for the community and appreciated your words here tonight at the Vigil. Again, we were here at the Vigil for Kenny Cooper Jr., 27-year-old shot and killed April 5th during a robbery. Working for you tonight in Richmond, I'm Melissa Hippolyte for CBS 6.